Welcome to Gaze into Cinema, the puzzler of the moving disease. In the mid-year of 1518, the curious town of Strasbourg, settled in the core of Alsace, turned into the stage for perhaps of history's most puzzling peculiarity, the moving disease. It began harmlessly, with a solitary lady named Frau Trophea venturing into a limited road and starting to move. Her developments were flighty, excited, and illogical, which began as a single demonstration before long spiraled into an unusual and frightening occasion that held the whole town in its turbulent handle. Fresh insight about Frau Trophea's odd moving spread like quickly through the town. Interest transformed into alert as an ever-increasing number of individuals joined her in the odd and persistent dance. Before the week's over, hundreds had capitulated to the mysterious desire to move, paying little mind to progress in years, orientation, or societal position. The scene turned into a craze, with the beset moving until wariness defeated them, imploding in the roads just to rise and move again when their solidarity returned. As the peculiarity escalated, dread and disarray grasped the town. The specialists were confused, unfit to appreciate or control the incomprehensible scourge. Accredited the moving to a revile, while others trusted it to be an indication of heavenly discipline. Frantic endeavors were made to subdue the mania. Performers were employed to play music in order to wear out the artists, and even stages were developed to contain the frenzy. However, nothing appeared to stop the tenacious dance. In the midst of the bedlam, a neighborhood doctor named Dr. Johann Kerner arose as a voice of reason. He indefatigably archived the occasions, considering the burdened and endeavoring to reveal the underlying driver of the secretive plague. His perceptions uncovered that the artists displayed side effects of ridiculousness, their eyes coated, and their developments apparently compulsory. However, regardless of his endeavors, he could track down not an obvious reason for their strange way of behaving. As the weeks passed, the cost of the moving malady turned out to be progressively annihilating. A few artists surrendered to exhaustion, imploding and kicking the bucket in the roads. Others experienced wounds, their furious developments, their bodies battered and wounded. The once serene town of Strasbourg had plummeted into tumult, its roads invaded by the steady dance of the beset. In the midst of the misfortune, murmurs of trick and interest started to circle. Some conjectured that the moving malady was a consequence of harming, while others trusted it to be a type of widespread panic set off by pressure or natural variables. However, these speculations could generally not completely make sense of the scale and power of the peculiarity. Dr. Kerner stayed resolute in his quest for reality. His examinations drove him to uncover dim mysteries concealed inside the town's shadows, stories of debasement, covetousness, and selling out. He learned of a shadowy secrecy known as the request for the dark sun, supposed to fiddle with the mysterious and use impact over the town's issues. Driven by a steady assurance, Dr. Kerner dug further into the core of the mystery. His requests drove him to a secluded manor on the edges of town, covered in mystery and protected by armed men. With boldness and resolve, he penetrated, not entirely settled, to reveal reality concealed inside its walls. Inside, Dr. Kerner coincidentally found a scene directly from the profundities of his most obscure bad dreams. Inside a secret chamber, he found a gathering of robed figures took part in an evil custom. Their chief, a man covered in murkiness, remained at the middle, his eyes bursting with unholy enthusiasm. With loathsomeness, Dr. Kerner understood the real essence of the moving malady. It was anything but a revile nor a heavenly discipline. However, a vile examination coordinated by the request for the dark sun. They had released an intense remedy into the town's water supply, a creation intended to induce madness and control the minds of the clueless people. In a frantic bid to stop the frenzy, Dr. Kerner faced the head of the request, participating in a skirmish of wills that would decide the destiny of Strasbourg. With shrewd and boldness, he impeded their dull plans, obliterating the solution and stopping the moving infection unequivocally. In the aftermath of the trouble, the town of Strasbourg gradually began to heal, its wounds still raw from the trauma of the irrational scourge. Dr. Kerner emerged as a hero, hailed for his courage despite unspeakable evil. However, the memory of the moving infection would linger for years into the future. a chilling reminder of the fragility of mental stability and the darkness that lurks within the human soul. In spite of Dr. Kerner's courageous efforts, the town of Strasbourg struggled to shake off the lingering spectre of the moving sickness. The streets, once filled with frenzied dancers, now lay eerily quiet, haunted by the memories of those wild days. While the physical scars of the plague healed, the psychological wounds ran deep, leaving a lasting imprint on the collective psyche of the townsfolk. In the aftermath of the trial, Dr. Kerner's findings sent shockwaves through the region. The discovery of the request for the Dark Sun's involvement sparked shock and fear, prompting calls for justice and accountability. However, despite widespread condemnation, the true extent of the request's influence remained shrouded in mystery. Rumors persisted of their continued activities, whispers of dark rituals and clandestine dealings echoing through the halls of power. For Dr. Kerner, the resolution of the moving disease marked the beginning of a new chapter in his life. He continued his work as a physician, dedicated to healing the physical and spiritual ailments of those in need. However, the memories of the ordeal haunted him, a constant reminder of the fragility of mental health and the ever-present threat of darkness that lurked beneath the surface of society. Years passed, and the story of the moving disease faded into legend, a cautionary tale whispered by parents to their children on cold winter nights. However, for those who had survived the ordeal, its impact remained indelible, a reminder of the mysterious secrets that lay hidden within the annals of history. As time marched on, the town of Strasbourg continued to thrive, its streets bustling with life once again. However, beneath the facade of normalcy, the scars of the past remained, a silent testament to the resilience of the human spirit despite unspeakable darkness. Thus, the mystery of the moving malady of 1518 lingered on, a puzzle that defied explanation and challenged the very fabric of reality. While the events of that fateful summer had long passed into legend, their legacy endured, an eerie reminder of the thin line that separates madness from sanity and the depths to which humanity can descend in pursuit of power and control. Thank you for watching.